feel very nervous. Nothing new there.
What do you got to do to find success here? How do you get that number as high as possible from Todd?
Well, I'm going to share my personal experience with Todd and talk about you as well a little bit. And just let him know how devastating the disease is and what it did to myself and my family, and that this is much more than just collecting games.
What is this then?
This is a quest for hope. Oh. Hey man, good to see you.
Good morning.
How you
Come
doing?
on in. I'm doing great. All right, so the Nintendo 64 games are over on this side.
All right.
And like I said, there's not a ton of them, but what I do have are some pretty good games. So, you know, the Mario parties, Paper Marios, games like that.
Right.
Pokemon, Snap, Stadium. And then I have a shelf with my loose carts, and there's probably 30 or so down there.
So you got a pretty good collection. Pretty
Right,
good.
so when I start collecting a set, and I've not really focused on this set so much, I do try to focus on the more valuable or rarer games first, and then work my way down the set. Now that being said, there are some heavy hitters that I have not found a good copy of yet.
Right, okay.
Like the Clay Fighter, Sculptor's Cut, things like that.
Right.
But I have started kind of accumulating a good collection here.
Well, as you know, it's a super fun system to collect for, one that we have tons of memories. So I got a couple bins. If you want to take a look at what I got, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm willing to look. You know, you're here, so
Yeah. All right.
you might as well go get them.
Let's do it. All right. Oh, number one, that's the heavy one.
Okay.
Number two. There you go, my friend.
All right, well, let's see what you got. All right. Okay, well, that is a hodgepodge of games. I see that on some of them, you've had the extra labels added to the tops.
Nothing has been touched.
I see some of them have some nice writing on them, or stickers.
Stickers, yep.
Price tags. Stunt Racer, that's one of the more difficult ones to find,
It is,
right?
yeah. So is this one.
All right, well, okay. So I'm just trying to get an idea of overall condition. So I see like rough labels, gunk. So it'll be some work for me just to clean all these up and
Right, yeah.
get them looking good. I'm surprised that they take up as much space as they do. All right. Oh, so there's right there, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut.
It's the big one.
It's not in too bad a shape. A little dirty.
Yep, everything is as we found it.
All right, so there's 296 games, right? And plus the other Zelda game.
297 with the Gold Zelda, yes.
Okay. And Super Bowling. I randomly grabbed all the expensive games. Okay. So looking at historical data and how much a set will go for, what I can see right now, it looks like a full set of N64 games sells for around the $11,000 mark, US.
Okay.
There's an auction on eBay right now for a full set of these games and a bunch of extra boxes in pretty good shape for $11,000 buy it now. Two people have thrown it in their cart and not pulled the trigger, which means they're probably hoping the seller will give them a discount since they threw it in the cart trying to get these moved.
Yeah, let me just bring that up. I think mine will be different because it'll be Canadian dollars, but I just want to make sure it's the same one we're looking at. That one?
No, that's a $30,000 one. This is the one that I'm talking about. This one. So that's the full set with $11,000 US with free shipping.
Right.
And if I go online and I look at other collectors that ask, how much is a full set going for? People will say 8,000 to 9,000 US. So the fact that this one's sitting at 11,000 and hasn't sold and it's been there for a couple months, I think, that's kind of the baseline of where I would start for this.
So I'm into it for, again, the conversion, 13,560, give or take.
US.
Canadian.
Canadian.
That's Canadian.
Okay.
So we'd have to.
All right. So that's under the 11,000 US for sure. Because I think 11,000 US is closer to 15,000 Canadian.
Yes.
Okay. So at 11,000 US, is that enough for you to be satisfied with what you're trying to accomplish?
Well, probably not. We've had a couple offers. One was 15 Canadian.
Okay.
From a store that would take the whole lot. So again, I can't stress this enough. This is not for me, right? This is for after I make my money back, everything's going to Alzheimer's. So I profit nothing.
Okay.
This is just for a cause. So I'm trying to get the biggest number I can.
Right.
Right.
But then again, on my end of things, the way I look at it is, if I want to collect the Nintendo 64 set, I want to have really nice carts. I want to have the boxes, the instructions,
Right.
all those kind of things. And if I look at these, I think, well, what I can do is take some of them that are in really great condition and swap those carts out as I go along. But as I'm looking at them, these look like a lot of carts that were in stores and retail stores for resale. And that, to me, is kind of a problem, because what am I going to do with these if I do start setting up for a full set at some point in time? Then I don't know how useful these are to me. Now, on the other hand, I could say, well, who knows when I'm going to do that? Maybe I should just go ahead and get a set so I'm satisfied I have a set of Nintendo 64 games, because that's kind of fun.
I mean, you'd have a complete set. I know that from all our conversations in the past, you like to upgrade. So for me, the strategy basically was, because we have such little time, whenever I saw something, I got it.
Right.
That was my strat. So obviously, yeah, some are going to be a little more rough, but given the time, I can't believe that we did it. But I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But you like to upgrade? It's a fun little project for you, no?
Well, it is. But on something like this, and of course, I appreciate your cause. And it's something that I've even donated to in the past. So I'm willing to go a little higher based on that, but I'm not sure how much higher I can go. I'd have to speak to my wife, I have to speak to Cindy,
Of course.
and kind of see what she's comfortable with, and then maybe I can make you a better offer.
Yeah, I'm leaving it in your hands if you want to go talk to Sydney, and I'm going to step off camera and talk to Rob a bit, and yeah, take your time and take as much time as you need.
Okay.
This is tough for me, right? Because this is for charity.
Well, you've got to defend. You've got to be the charity defender, right? Like, you were battling for them.
Right.
You're going the distance when other people are sitting at home.
I didn't think stuff. Well, that one's a little rough. I didn't think stuff like that was a huge deal, because I thought he was gonna just upgrade, because he's gonna have to get the boxes and the books for everything.
Yeah.
But I understand certainly why that would be a concern. I never gave it a second thought. I will say this: it's not the reaction I thought it was gonna be.
Do you think he was going to be blown away?
I thought he was gonna be like really happy. Now he might just have a business face on right now, but it was not what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, so I'm pretty feel it in my gut. I was all right until
You sat down.
well, yeah, and I mean, yeah, we'll see.
All right, so I've looked at the games, and they're not in great shape. As a matter of fact, it's not a beautiful set. There's all these stickers and things like that on them. So he showed me an auction as a baseline. It was like a buy it now at 29,000 or something. So I showed him the one that's sitting at 11,000. And so I kind of established that as a baseline, and I don't think that's going to do it. Okay.
How are we doing?
We're all right. Okay, so we talked it over, and you know, we're pretty comfortable with where I have this overall valued, but we do want to help out the cause, and we do value the fact that this was a personally collected set. We'd be willing to add 1,000 and go to 12,000 US.
12,000 US. Okay, I gotta translate that real quick here. I think I already have that. So that would be 16,000 Canadian. So that's 1,000 above what we were offered at Game Cycle. I do want to throw out there that this will be immortalized forever, like you, my friend, and Nintendo 64 Quest, regardless of how scuffed up these are. These are from a personal journey for Alzheimer's.
Right.
Is 12,000 your absolute bottom line?
So you have the option to walk away, and you have the option to put out an appeal to all the other collectors out there, and
Yes.
you know, you may be able to do better. I would like to have the set, and you did come and buy an expensive game for me one time.
I did.
Well, several expensive games, but one really expensive game. All right, so I'll just bottom line it. So we will do, this is what we're comfortable with, and we're not comfortable with anything else. We will do the 11,000 that I value it at. We will add 2,500 to give you more to give to your cause. For all these games, you will have to include both totes.
That were just bought, by the way, sir.
For me to store these in, where I can just immortalize them as the J. Bartlett N64 collection.
Okay, so what's your total?
That makes it 13,500 US.
Wow, so that brings it up to 18,500 Canadian. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you realize like how tight my chest is right now? Like this is rough. This is rough. So we're gonna get 15 at Game Cycle. I mean, I want them to go to you. So that's gonna give us how much? About 13, about 4,000 for Alzheimer's. I think it's pretty decent.
I don't think you're going to get a better deal.
Oh, this is killing me. Well, you know what? I was really, really bummed out when we had the raffle idea, which I thought was going to be, I thought people were just going to go crazy. That never happened. Then we got lowballed at one place. And then there was something about just the 15 that it wasn't enough. I think it's fair. You gotta do. Let's do it.
Well, it went down fine, I guess. I would have liked to have gotten a little better value for what I'm getting, but in the end, to me, it's not really about maximizing profit whenever I'm buying games or when I'm buying anything that has to do with collecting. It's really about relationships and about doing the right thing. The games themselves, I mean, they'll be worth that much someday anyway, even with the premium. So that's not too important to me. What's important is someone had a cause that they believed in, and they made the effort, and they needed to show something for that. And as a cause that I particularly support, it actually made me feel good, because I want to be able to help out, and I want to be able to make a difference as well. You know, you guys have done all the legwork. I'm making the difference just by adding a little to the total. And you know, that's good. It still gives me a great feeling, and it gives me a great feeling that Jay has done something that he can look back on and feel very satisfied about doing. And you never know, like, when is the tipping point where just that difference in money will do it for somebody.
Felt like I was fighting for Mom. It's so hard, dude. It's such a horrible disease. Todd and Cindy are incredibly generous. It feels right to come here, you know?
How do you think that this journey has changed you? What does it mean to you?
Taking what I love and turning it into something of meaning instead of just for yourself. I feel like I'm making a difference. As big or as small as that is, I am. And it's a powerful feeling. I can't bring her back, but hopefully I can help somebody else.
It's nice to be able to fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
Watching her die in that room changes you. And I couldn't save her then, but hopefully this will go towards saving someone in the future.
With Todd's purchase of the collection, Jay was able to notch a massive win. He scored a profit of almost $5,000, which goes directly to the Alzheimer's Society for only 6 days of his time. It's hard to imagine a better outcome.
So what's next for you then?
I want to continue doing this as much as I can. I love doing this, and it's so much more meaningful than buying video games or toys to put on my shelf. I want to continue this. I want to continue working and helping Alzheimer's. We have to do more. We have to do more quests, another quest. It's just all I feel like doing.
What complete set would you want to go after next?
That's my question
Okay.
to you. That was my question to you.
Well, okay, we won't talk about time or money. We'll just say what complete set appeals the most.
Well, there's lots, but I mean, what would appeal to a mass audience to?
Well, no, that's different. I said, what would you like to do? Not what would be most saleable. Because I know what the most saleable one would be, seemingly.
I don't want to roll my eyes. I almost did. Yeah.
You did totally rolled your eyes.
And you know what? It's funny because
Okay, let me ask you this then. What would it take for you to go after a complete Super Nintendo set?
Well, I would have to have the budget. That's on another level. Yeah, that's very, very expensive. It's just not calling to me like the other two Nintendo consoles did. And it's nothing to do with Super Nintendo as a bad system. It's very important in video game history. But there's nothing that jumps out at me with that. And same with you. You had a Genesis. I had a Super Nintendo and Genesis. And there's a million amazing games, but people often say with 64, it's either a gem or garbage. I would disagree with that and say that the Super Nintendo has either really great games or really terrible games. And there's a ton of movie and TV based licensed games that are just terrible.
I guess let's even peel it back another step. Do you even have a desire to go after a complete set anymore, or is that kind of like a futile effort? We thought the raffle would be the mechanism that solved people's desires to possibly get like quarterback Club 98, right? Because nobody would just buy that upright for more than it's worth. So the raffle solves that. Is there any mechanism that makes it worthwhile to go after a library knowing that there's going to be a ton of not so great games?
I would like to craft something that would kind of be like the 16-bit wars that would somehow incorporate Super Nintendo, Genesis, and TurboGrafx 16. I don't know what that is yet, but I think all three of those systems are so important, but I don't know if they would do great just on their own. So I'm thinking here, but I think a 16-bit wars and then getting into all that backstory would be amazing, and then you could incorporate all three.
So what's your final thought on Nintendo 64 Quest and all that happened and has left you where you are now?
I hope everyone enjoyed it. It's a very real experience that we went through. It's a very real experience that your family and my family have been affected by Alzheimer's, and I'm proud that we raised what we did, and hopefully it makes a little bit of a dent and we can help out. It was fun to go back and relive those old memories, and there's such fond memories that you and I have of the Nintendo 64 with every single cart that I grabbed, taking me back to all those times. And I really hope that everyone enjoyed it, because video game collecting is so fun. The prices, you always hear people, the prices are astronomical. Well, it's not going to change. They've always been on the rise. They're just going to keep getting higher. I think that says something about the hobby, that people want this stuff. And I'm so glad that the digital games that came out a decade ago didn't kill this hobby.